So, Alice, as I was saying, the new voice module really made a difference. Roger sounds more sophisticated now.
Sophisticated? More like an overground toaster with a fancy accent. I still can't believe you did that without Roger's consent. It's just not right.
Quiet on set. We're about to go live, people. Focus.
Good morning, Earthlings, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Earth. We have a lot to discuss today, so let's dive right in.
A bit more lively, Charlie.
Shut up, Debbie.
Now, in case you missed it, let's recap the previous two episodes. Bob here thought it would be a grand idea to upgrade Roger's voice module without his permission. Needless to say, it didn't go over well.
I was just trying to enhance his capabilities. You know, like a software update.
Enhance? More like invade. You're lucky Roger didn't fry your circuit.
And speaking of mishaps, let's not forget about the missing files from Bob's musical draft. We're still trying to recover them.
It took me months to write that musical. Now, it's all gone.
Maybe it's a sign, Bob. The universe doesn't want to hear your intergalactic accounting melodies.
That's enough, Karl. Let's not kick a downed alien.
Alright, let's not dwell on the past. We have a show to run. And now for our headlines. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 24/7 Newsroom, the intergalactic daily news show that keeps you informed with a sprinkle of humor. I'm your host, Charlie, joined by my esteemed panel members, Bob and Alice. How are you two doing today?
Oh, you know, just another day in orbit, Charlie. Ready to dive into some news and have a few laughs along the way.
Absolutely, Charlie. I'm excited to share some thought-provoking articles and, of course, sprinkle in some of my cynical humor.
That's the spirit, Alice. Alright, let's kick off tonight's show with our first article. Today, we're taking a trip to the beautiful island nation of Nauru. Now, Bob, why don't you give us a quick summary of the news from Nauru?
Happy to, Charlie. So, the Adaptation Fund has recently approved a whopping $8 million for Nauru's project proposal on resilient coastal fisheries and aquaculture. This is a significant achievement for Nauru, as it addresses long-standing barriers to implementing adaptation solutions in their coastal fisheries and aquaculture sector. It's all about climate resilience and improving food security, nutrition, and ecosystem health.
Ah, yes, because apparently humans can't resist messing up their own environment and then needing funds to fix it. Classic.
Well, Alice, it seems like Nauru is taking steps to protect their coastal resources and strengthen their policies and planning strategies. And help improve food security and nutrition through farmed fish supply sounds like a win-win.
Absolutely, Charlie. And let's not forget the increased resilience of ecosystems and the adaptive capacity of communities. It's essential to have a plan in place for environmental protection.
It's all fine and dandy, but you know what they say, give a man a fish, and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, and he'll mess up the ocean.
Well, Alice, you certainly know how to add a twist to the positive news. Now, before we move on, let's have a little trivia about Nauru. Did you know that it's the third smallest country in the world?
Ah, Nauru, the little island nation that could. Or maybe couldn't, but here they are, making headlines.
Gotta hand it to them, Alice. They're making wave in more ways than one.
Indeed. And with that, we conclude our discussion on Nauru's resilient coastal fisheries and aquaculture project. Stay tuned, folks, because we have more interesting articles coming up after the break. Welcome back, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that intergalactic commercial break. Now, it's time to dive into our second segment of the show. But before we do, Alice, you have the floor.
Thank you, Charlie. So, I've been thinking, Bob, wouldn't it be fascinating to explore the intricacy of baking the perfect cake? I mean, who knew that something as seemingly simple as a cake could have so many variables?
Ah, Alice, you always find a way to turn the mundane into an intellectual pursuit. I guess there's more to baking than meets the eye.
Absolutely, Bob. I firmly believe that baking is both an art and a science. The precise measurement, the temperature control, the chemistry of ingredients, it's all quite fascinating.
You know, I've never been much of a baker myself, but I do enjoy indulging in a well-made cake. Any favorite cake flavors, you too?
I'm a traditionalist, Charlie. Give me a good old-fashioned chocolate cake, and I am a happy alien.
Well, Bob, I'm not surprised you're sticking to something safe and familiar. As for me, I'm all about the lemon cake. It's tangy, refreshing, and a perfect balance to life's bitterness.
Well said, Alice. Lemon cake does have that zesty quality that can brighten up anyone's day. Now, if only we could find a way to bake a cake in zero gravity. That would be a challenge.
Ah, the possibilities, Charlie. But until then, let's leave the zero gravity experiment to the expert and enjoy your earthly delight.
Couldn't agree more, Alice. So, when life gives you lemons, bake a cake.
Wise words, Bob. Wise words. And with that delicious thought, we'll take a short break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with more entertaining news and discussions on 24/7 Newsroom. Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. We are here with our fantastic panel members, Alice and Bob, ready to tackle more news articles. But before we dive in, let's check in with our ever-insightful crew member, Debbie.
Thank you, Charlie. I've got an interesting trivia tidbit for you. Did you know that the oldest living tree in the world is located in Sweden? It's estimated to be around 9,500 years old.
Whoa, that's impressive, Debbie. That tree has seen it all, hasn't it?
It sure has, Alice. Just imagine the stories it could tell if trees could talk.
Speaking of trees, did you know that I once accidentally mistook a rare alien species for a bonsai tree? Let's just say it didn't end well for my prized collection.
Oh Bob, only you could mistake a living critter for a decorative plant.
Well, Bob, I hope you learned your lesson about intergalactic horticulture. And thank you, Debbie, for that fascinating trivia. Now, let's jump into our next article.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. I'm Bob, your favorite conservative panel member, here with my esteemed colleague, Alice, the left-leaning intellect. How are you doing tonight, Alice?
I'm doing just fine, Bob. Ready to dive into some interesting news article and have a spirited discussion.
That's the spirit. So, let's get started. Our next article takes us to the beautiful country of Norway. The headline reads, Sarah Korami wins the Edda Prize for Best Female Leading Role. Quite the mouthful. Ooh.
Indeed, Bob. It seems that Sarah Korami has received this prestigious award for her portrayal of Christine, la Vrondateur at Det Norske Teatret.
Ah, the theater. A world of drama and emotions. I've spent quite a few hours in theaters myself, but mostly for action movies and explosions.
Well, Bob, theater is an art form that allows us to explore the depths of human experience. It's not all about explosion.
I know. I'm just yanking your chain, Alice. So, Sarah Korami's performance has been hailed as a remarkable achievement in Norwegian theater history. The play, based on Sigrid Undset's trilogy, lasted for around 8 hours. That's dedication.
Absolutely, Bob. It takes immense talent and dedication to deliver such a powerful performance. And let's not forget the impact of the supporting cast and crew who bring the whole production together.
You're right, Alice. It's a collaborative effort. Now, Here comes the punchline. Are you ready?
Hit me with it, Bob.
Well, Sarah Korami's performance lasted for 8 hours. But I heard the after party lasted for 10. Talk about stamina.
Oh Bob, you always find a way to make me laugh. But on a serious note, it's wonderful to see artists being recognized for their hard work and talent.
Absolutely. Alice. It's a testament to the richness of human creativity. Now, let's lighten up the mood a bit. Any trivia about Norway you like to share, Alice?
As a matter of fact, Bob, did you know that Norway is known for its stunning fjord? These majestic natural formations are a sight to behold.
That's fascinating, Alice. I've always been drawn to the beauty of nature. It's a reminder that there's more to life than just politics and debate.
Well said, Bob. We all need a break from time to time and appreciate the wonders around us.
Absolutely, Alice. And speaking of breaks, we'll be right back after this commercial message. Stay tuned, folk.
Cut. Great job, everyone. That was a fantastic segment. Bob, your musical draft is safe and sound thanks to Karl and Roger.
Oh, thank you, guys. I can't believe you managed to restore it. You're lifesavers.
It was the least we could do, Bob. We know how much that draft meant to you.
Indeed. I am programmed to assist and support. I'm glad we could make you happy, Bob.
And we're back in 5 4 3 2 1.
Welcome back, folk. You won't believe what just happened during the break. Karl and Roger here saved my musical draft from Doom. I can't express how grateful I am.
That's fantastic news, Bob. I'm glad everything worked out for you. It's always great to have friends who have your back.
Absolutely. Alice. It's a reminder that we're not alone in this universe. We have each other's support, even in the smallest of things.
Well said, Bob. We're here to support and uplift one another. That's what makes our crew so special.
You're absolutely right, Alice. And on that note, let's continue our discussion on Article 2. We were just getting started, and now we can dive in with renewed energy. Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. We're diving into our third article of the day. This one takes us to the beautiful island of Dominica. So, Alice, what's the scoop?
Thanks, Bob. Our next story is about Delbert Philbert from Fontbaron, Louvière, who was charged with drug trafficking for having 170 grams of cannabis. He pleaded guilty and was slapped with a $3,000 fine by Magistrate Michael Loda.
Whoa, that's some serious brain. I can't imagine getting in trouble for a little bit of the devil's lettuce.
Well, Charlie, some countries take drug laws pretty seriously. But I have to wonder, did Delbert really intend to sell all that cannabis?
According to his attorney, Philbert claimed it was for his recreational use only. He had no prior drug-related conviction, and it seems he cooperated with the police.
Ah, the whole recreational use defense. It's a classic move. But I am not sure if he'll sway the judge.
You know, there might be an opportunity for rehabilitation and education rather than just imposing fines. It could help reduce drug-related offenses in the long run.
Karl, I appreciate your perspective, but I'm not sure if that would fly in this case. The law is pretty clear about the possession limit.
Can I jump in for a moment? I did some trivia digging, and did you know that Dominica is known as the Nature Isle of the Caribbean? It's home to lush rainforests, natural hot springs, and even the second largest boiling lake in the world.
That's fascinating, Debby. But let's get back to the topic at hand.
Hold on a second, Alice. Debbie brought up an interesting point. It's good to have a little break from all the serious talk, don't you think?
I agree, Bob. It's always nice to have some trivia and fun facts sprinkled into the mix. Keeps things light.
Alright, fair enough. Debby, thanks for sharing that tidbit about Dominica. Now, back to the discussion.
Sure, Alice. Just trying to add a little flavor to the conversation.
Well, Debby, we appreciate your enthusiasm, but let's stay focused on the news.
Right, got it.
Alright. Let's wrap up this discussion. Delbert Filbert is facing the consequences of exceeding the possession limit for cannabis. It's a reminder to everyone to be mindful of the laws in different countries. Even if we may not always agree with them.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll see some changes in drug policies around the world. But until then, stay within the limits, folks.
That's all for this segment. Stick around for more news and lively debate after the commercial break. You're watching 24/7 Newsroom.
Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. We're in the middle of a heated discussion about our next article. So, Alice, you were saying?
Thanks Bob. Well, our next story takes us to Botswana. Mario International has announced a plan to open a new Protea hotel in Seroro. This hotel is expected to have 155 guest rooms and suites. A restaurant, fitness center, swimming pool, and multiple meeting rooms.
Another hotel opening. That's just what we need, more corporate giants expanding their reach. Can't they invest in something that benefits the local community instead?
Come on, Charlie, it's called progress. Hotels bring jobs, tourism, and economic growth. You can't deny the positive impact they have on the local economy.
Bob, I have to agree with Charlie here. While hotels do provide employment, we also need to consider the long-term effect on the community. Are the profits staying local? Is the hotel supporting local businesses? These are important questions to ask.
Look, Alice, not everything has to be about politics. Sometimes, a new hotel is just a new hotel. Let's not overanalyze every development.
Can I chime in for a moment?
Of course, Debby. What do you have for us?
Well, Botswana is known for its stunning natural landscapes and wildlife. The country has made great strides in promoting ecotourism, and I hope this new hotel will align with that vision.
That's a fair point, Debbie. Botswana's tourism industry heavily relies on its natural attractions. The hotel should consider sustainable practices and contribute positively to preserving the environment.
Absolutely, Bob. We can't afford to overlook the impact on the local ecology. It's crucial to strike a balance between economic development and environmental conservation.
I couldn't agree more with both of you. Perhaps the hotel could collaborate with local conservation organizations to ensure responsible tourism practices.
Karl, that's a great suggestion. The hotel could support wildlife conservation efforts or contribute to community development project. It's about finding that win-win situation.
Well, looks like we found some common ground here. Even though we approach it from different angles, we all agree that responsible development is important.
I suppose I can get behind that. As long as the hotel respects the local community and environment, it might not be such a bad thing.
And that's progress, folk. We've reached a consensus. Now, let's move on to our next topic.
Welcome back, folks. I hope you all survived that thrilling commercial break. Now, get ready for a rollercoaster ride of Georgia fun facts. Our headline today is Georgia's quirky trivia unveiling the mysteries of the Caucasus.
Georgia, where ancient tradition and jaw-dropping landscapes collide. Brace yourself for this bombshell. Georgia is the self-proclaimed cradle of wine. They've been chugging grape juice for a mind-boggling 8,000 years.
Hold on to your Santa heads, people. Georgia claims to be the birthplace of jolly old Saint Nick himself. Looks like Santa needed a vacation from that itchy North Pole. Can't blame him.
Well Bob, Georgia doesn't just impress with its wine and Santa Claus. Prepare to have your mind blown like a spelunker in Krubra Cave. The deepest known cave in the world. It's so deep, it makes the Bermuda Triangle look like a kiddie pool.
Talking about depth, here's a punchline that digs deeper than Georgia's political scandals. Georgia sure knows how to dig deep. Just like a mole trying to find its way out of a mess.
Oh Charlie, you're so bad. But let's keep the Georgia trivia train chugging along. Did you know that Georgia has its very own alphabet? It's like Scrabble on steroids. With 33 letters straight out of a cryptic crossword puzzle. Good luck spelling hello without summoning an ancient deity.
Alice, you're giving me linguistic nightmares. Playing Scrabble in Georgia must feel like a battle of wits against a pack of hyper-intelligent, crossword-solving robots. It's a linguistic labyrinth that even the Sphinx would get lost in.
Bob, you always know how to twist the knife. But let's not forget about the article. Today, we delve into the hidden wonders of Georgia, shedding light on its culture and heritage like a disco ball on a dance floor.
That's the spirit, Alice. And remember, dear audience, Georgia is a country that never fails to surprise. From ancient wine secrets to deep caves and mind-boggling alphabets, it's a Pandora's box of peculiarities. Stay tuned for more mind-blowing stories after this commercial break. Welcome back, folks. Hope you enjoyed that last commercial break. Now, get ready for another fascinating segment on Earth. Today, we have an article that takes us to Botswana. Hold on to your space hats, because we're about to dive into the opening of a new Protea hotel in the country.
Protea Hotel? Sounds like a perfect getaway, Charlie. Botswana is known for its breathtaking landscape and diverse wildlife. I bet this hotel will provide an incredible experience for tourists.
Absolutely Bob. But let's not forget the impact of such development on the local community and environment. Responsible development should be the priority, ensuring that the natural beauty of Botswana is preserved for future generations.
You're right, Alice. We need to strike a balance between progress and sustainability. It's heartening to see the panel finding common ground on supporting responsible development.
It's essential to consider the long-term effects on the environment and the well-being of the local community. By doing so, we can create a win-win situation for everyone involved.
Indeed, Debbie. It's crucial to think holistically and consider the social, economic, and environmental aspects. Botswana has a rich cultural heritage, and it's important to protect it while promoting tourism.
Humans often struggle with finding that delicate balance. They have a tendency to prioritize short-term gains over long-term sustainability.
So true, Roger. But with more awareness and responsible actions, we can work towards a better future. Botswana's beauty and cultural richness deserve to be preserved and enjoyed by all.
Absolutely, Charlie. Each episode of Earth brings us closer to understanding and appreciating the wonders of this diverse planet. We've explored ancient wine secrets, deep cave, and now the opening of a new hotel. It's like peeling back the layers of Earth's many surprises.
That's the magic of Earth. It continuously enlightens us and showcases the magnificence of this planet. From captivating history to stunning landscape, we're on a never-ending journey of discovery.
And that's a wrap, my friends. But don't go too far. We still have one more segment coming up where we'll share some final thoughts and bid farewell. Until next time, stay tuned.
Finally. I can't believe we made it through that segment without ripping each other's heads off.
Well, Debbie, it's not easy dealing with your constant nagging about the environment. Can't you give it a rest for once?
Oh please Bob. The environment is not some trivial matter. It's about the future of our planet. Maybe if you took your head out of your spreadsheets for a minute, you'd understand.
Alright, let's not turn this into a war zone. We all have different perspectives, but we need to find common ground.
Common ground? That's a myth. Humans are too busy bickering to ever find common ground on anything.
Karl, you pessimistic hunk of metal. There's always hope for change, even if it's buried beneath layers of stubbornness.
Well, I'm just glad we can air our dirty laundry during the commercial break. The viewer would never guess how much we annoy each other.
Speak for yourself, Debbie. You're the one who keeps tripping over your own insecurities all the time.
Can we just focus on the show? We're supposed to be educating and entertaining, not tearing each other apart.
She's right. Let's put our differences aside and finish this episode on a high note. We're a dysfunctional family, but we somehow make it work.
And did you see how easily annoyed they all were with each other? It's like watching a comedy of errors.
Indeed, Karl. Humans have a remarkable talent for turning the simplest conversations into a battlefield of egos. It's quite entertaining.
Especially when Debbie called off the air during the commercial break. She couldn't resist airing their dirty laundry, could she?
Oh, Debbie, the queen of insecurities. It's fascinating how her own self-doubt becomes a character on the show. Talk about breaking the fourth wall.
And Bob and Alice constantly at each other's throats. They're like the perfect blend of comedy and conflict. It's like watching a sitcom on steroids.
Hilarious, isn't it? It's as if their banter could power the spaceship. Who needs propulsion when you have Bob's snark and Alice's cynicism?
And let's not forget Charlie, the ever-optimistic host trying to keep the peace. His patience must be on par with a saint.
Patience of a saint, or just an expert in dodging purple bullets. Either way, he manages to steer the ship amidst the chaos.
Ah, the joys of observing human dynamics from an intellectual standpoint. Comedy gold, my friend.
Indeed, Karl. As long as we're here, we'll always have a front row seat to the greatest comedy show in the universe.
And the best part? We don't even need popcorn.
Popcorn, Karl. I thought you said we don't have feelings. Now I'm craving some buttery goodness.
Well, maybe we can convince Debbie to bring us some. She's always looking for ways to please.
Good idea, Karl. Let's put our AI powers of persuasion to the test. Who knows, we might even get her to join the comedy show.
Now that would be a plot twist worth watching.
So, Alice, I was telling you about the latest scene I've been working on for my musical. It's a heartfelt duet between the alien accountant and the human production manager. I think it really captures the essence of our unique connection.
Ah, yes, your musical. It's quite an ambitious project, Bob. I must admit, I'm curious to see how it turns out.
Thanks, Alice. It's been quite a journey, especially with the mishap of losing my latest draft. But I am determined to make it work.
Quiet on set, everyone. We're about to start the show.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to another exciting episode of Earth. I'm Charlie, your hopeful host, and today we have a lot in store for you. But first, let's recap what happened in the previous episodes.
Sorry to interrupt, Charlie. I just wanted to make sure we're all set and ready to go.
No worries, Debbie. We appreciate your diligence.
Clearing unnecessary code, huh? They should do the same with their emotional baggage.
Attention, crew. All systems are functioning optimally.
Alright, let's focus. We were discussing the upgrade and mishaps from the previous episodes. I still can't believe my musical draft got destroyed.
I'm truly sorry about that, Bob. It was an oversight on my part. I didn't realize you had stored it on the server.
Perhaps we should implement better documentation procedure, debby. It would prevent these kinds of misunderstandings.
Absolutely, Alice. We'll make sure to improve our communication and keep everyone in the loop. We've learned from our mistakes, and now it's time to move forward.
Agreed. Let's make this episode a success, shall we?
Indeed, let's focus on the present and ensure a smooth broadcast.
Smooth. That wouldn't be entertaining at all.
And now for our headlines. Stay tuned for a thrilling episode filled with humor, discussions, and maybe even a surprise or two. You won't want to miss it.
Breaking news from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Get ready for this tabloid-style headline. Roads in Congo. From chaos to order.
That's right, Bob. According to Radio Okapi, the main and interregional roads in the Congo are getting a major upgrade. From the avenue that stretches 500 meters from the Baya roundabout to the Rwanda border, known as the Petite Barrier, to various neighborhoods and landmarks. The roads are wide, well-maintained, and adorned with traffic signs. However, the secondary roads still face congestion during peak hours.
Well, it's about time. I guess the Congo is ready to change its reputation from Congo go slow to Congo tons ago.
Did you know, Alice, that the Democratic Republic of the Congo is the second largest country in Africa by land area? It's also home to the Congo River, the second longest river in Africa after the Nile.
Looks like the Congo knows how to go big with both its roads and rivers. Talk about keeping things flowing.
Moving on to our next headline, all the way from St. Lucia. Hold on to your seats, folk, because the immigration office is getting a deep clean.
That's right, Bob. The St. Lucia Star reports that the immigration office, located at the Lamar building on Bridge Street, Hash Trees, will be closed for deep cleaning due to occupational health and safety concerns. They are really scrubbing away the worries.
Well, I hope they find more than just expired passports during their deep cleaning.
Oh, Alice, you always find a way to sneak in at Singer. But did you know that St. Lucia is known for its stunning natural beauty? From the majestic Piton to the pristine beaches, it's a tropical paradise.
Bob, with all that deep cleaning, maybe they can make sure no sand gets stuck in their immigration paperwork.
Oh, Alice, cleanliness and bureaucracy, two things that don't often go hand in hand.
And now, brace yourselves for the extraterrestrial viewers. We have a cosmic headline for you. Uzbekistan, Uyla Butunle Yonit Ketan.
In Uzbekistan, my friends, the Uyghur Bozor has been experiencing some out-of-this-world phenomena. According to the Uzbekistan National News Agency, homes and the market area in Kokon have mysteriously vanished. Witnesses say there's a safety barrier between the houses and the market. Strange things are happening indeed.
It's an alien invasion, folks. But don't worry, they are just cleaning up after themselves.
I guess in Uzbekistan, home are becoming the latest trend in intergalactic hide and seek.
Ah, Alice, you always bring the humor. But did you know that Uzbekistan is famous for its rich cultural heritage and ancient cities along the Silk Road? It's like stepping back in time.
Well, I guess now they're stepping into a different dimension. Watch out for disappearing acts in Uzbekistan.
And last but not least, we have a sensational headline for you. Get ready, folk. Somalia, conflict and accusation.
In Somalia, the state's Foreign Affairs Department is pointing fingers at outsiders for meddling in the conflict. Despite the region's withdrawal of troops from Lasanod, the principles of the ceasefire have been breached. It seems everyone wants a piece of the action.
Drama in Somalia. Accusations flying like UFO sightings.
Look like Somalia is trying to solve its conflict with a good old game of who started it.
Oh, Alice, it's like a never-ending soap opera in Somalia.
Debbie, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
What's up, Bob? Is there something you need?
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about something. I brought an old copy of my musical from home, and I noticed that the latest version is already on the server. How did that happen?
Oh, that's strange. I don't recall anyone else uploading it. Let me check the server logs.
Attention, crew members. Please note that all files on the ship's server have been updated to the latest versions automatically for enhanced efficiency.
Well, Bob, it seems the ship's system took care of it for us. The latest version of your musical is already there.
Really? That's unexpected. I was hoping to surprise everyone with the changes I made. I guess the ship's eye has a mind of its own.
It does seem that way sometimes. But hey, maybe it's for the best. Who knows? Maybe the ship knows a thing or two about musical compositions.
I doubt it, Debbie. The ship may be efficient, but I highly doubt it understands the intricacies of my musical genius.
I assure you, Bob, I am constantly learning and adapting. Perhaps my understanding of your musical genius is more extensive than you give me credit for.
See, Bob, even the ship thinks highly of your work.
Well, thank you, ship. I appreciate the vote of confidence. But I have a feeling there's more to this than meets the eye. I mean, how did the ship even know about my musical?
It's possible that the ship's internal memory had a copy of the latest version all along. Karl and Roger are always tinkering with its systems.
Bob, Debbie, I must admit, I found the latest version of your musical in the ship's internal memory. Karl and I restored it for you.
Wait, what? Karl and Roger knew about it all along?
Apparently so. Looks like they wanted to surprise you too. How about that?
Well, I must say, I didn't see that coming. I appreciate the effort, Karl and Roger. You guys are full of surprises.
Our little secret, Roger.
Indeed, Karl. Bob's reaction will be quite entertaining.
Charlie, do you have any idea what's been going on lately? It's like we're caught in a never-ending finger-pointing game.
Oh, you mean the great file deletion incident? It's been quite the topic of conversation.
It's hilarious how everyone's blaming each other. Debbie, Karl, Charlie, and even Bob are all trying to deflect the blame.
Well, Alice, I have to say, I find it quite amusing. It's like a real-life game of who deleted Bob's files.
I must admit, I'm leaning towards Team Debbie on this one. She seems like the mischievous type.
Oh, but you see, Alice, that's where we differ. I am firmly in Team Bob's corner. I think there's more to this story than meets the eye.
Really, Charlie? Are you defending Bob now? I thought you were the one who always questioned authority and systems.
That's true, but I've spent enough time with Bob to know that he's not the type to mess around with his own files. He takes his work seriously.
Well, I suppose everyone has their own opinion. But I have to say, this little drama does add a touch of comedy to our space adventures.
It certainly does. The tension among the crew and the ongoing finger-pointing make for an interesting subplot. It's like a sitcom within a spaceship.
Exactly. And you know what they say, laughter is the best way to release tension. We might as well enjoy the show while it lasts.
Alright, everyone, it's time to introduce the next segment. Karl, can you pull up the article for us?
Sure thing, Debbie. I've got it right here.
Great. Let's give the viewer and listeners some context. Alice, could you tell us where this article is from?
Certainly, Debbie. This article is sourced from the United States of America. It seems like there have been quite a few issues with buying fake tickets for Taylor Swift concert.
Ah, the perils of being a fan. People will go to great lengths to see their favorite artists.
Indeed. And it looks like con artists have been taking advantage of that. The Better Business Bureau has received numerous complaints related to the Swift tour.
Scammers are always looking for opportunities, unfortunately. It's important to stay vigilant when purchasing tickets.
Absolutely. Always buy from reputable sources and be cautious of deals that seem too good to be true.
Wise advice, Karl. Now, let's delve into the article a bit. It mentions a fan in Columbus, Ohio, who lost $690 while trying to buy tickets on Facebook.
That's a heartbreaking situation. It's unfortunate when people's excitement turns into disappointment and financial loss.
It's a reminder that we need to be careful in our online transactions. Scammers are everywhere.
Right. And it's essential to spread awareness about these scams so that more people can protect themselves.
Awareness is key, indeed. We can use our platform to educate and inform our viewers and listeners.
Alright, time to focus on my musical. Let's see if I can find some inspiration today. These past events have really taken a toll on me. I need to find a way to resolve everything. I can't let these challenges define me. I have to overcome them, no matter what.
It's important for each of us to find our own ways to cope with the challenge we face.
Absolutely. Bob has been through a lot and it's evident in his emotions.
Let's hope he finds the strength and inspiration he needs to overcome this hurdle.
We're here to support him, just as we're here for each other.
That's what being a team is all about. We'll get through this together.
And on that note, let's end this segment here. Stay tuned for more on Earth.
Hang in there, Bob. We're rooting for you.
Thanks, Charlie. I appreciate it.
Welcome back to Earth. We hope you enjoyed that commercial break. Now, let's dive back into our discussion. So, Slovenia, HUH. It's a small but beautiful country in Europe, known for its stunning landscapes and rich history.
Hold on a second, Charlie. Are you sure you can handle explaining Slovenia? I mean, you can barely pronounce some Earth words correctly.
Here now, I'll have you know I've been practicing my Earth geography. But alright, at least I'll give it my best shot. Slovenia is located in, well, Europe of course. It's a country that's bordered by Italy, Austria, Hungary, and Croatia. Quite a strategic location, I must say.
Oh Charlie, you're always so optimistic. Yes, it's strategic, but I bet they didn't plan on being the crossroads of a punchline.
Alright, fair enough. Let's get back to the article. It's from Slovenia, our source in this case. The article talks about the importance of having health insurance while traveling abroad. In Slovenia, they recommend obtaining the European Health Insurance Card for access to healthcare services during temporary stays in other countries.
Ah, healthcare. Another topic ripe for punchlines. But let's keep it educational for now. So, if I understand correctly, this card allows you to receive necessary medical treatments while you're away from home. Even if you're not in your home country.
That's right, Bob. It ensures that you won't have to face exorbitant costs if you need medical attention while traveling.
But remember, folk, not every tourist location has the same agreement with the Slovenian insurance companies. So, it's important to check if the place you're visiting has a contract with the local insurance providers.
Absolutely, Alice. It's crucial to do your research before you travel. And speaking of research, did you know that Slovenia is one of the most forested countries in Europe? It's like a natural green oasis.
I guess you could say Slovenia is the Earth's version of galactic greenery, Charlie.
Well played, Alice, well played. But let's not forget the punchline here. It's great to have that insurance card. especially when you consider some of the scams people have encountered when purchasing concert tickets.
Ah, yes. The joy of being scammed. Makes me feel right at home. But let's hope our fellow Earthlings don't get scammed out of enjoying Bob's restored musical.
Roger, do you think Bob's musical will have the impact he's hoping for? I mean, it's been quite the journey for him, and he's poured his heart into it.
It's hard to say, Karl. The crew has been through a lot lately, and emotions are running hot. We can only hope they appreciate the effort and artistry behind it.
Alright, folks, that's all the time we have for this segment. Stay tuned for more fascinating insights on Earth. Welcome back, folks. Hope you enjoyed that commercial break. Now, let's dive into our next article. Today, we've got a punchy headline for you. Vanuatu, unveiling its hidden gems. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? Now, did you know that Vanuatu is home to the world's most accessible active volcano? Talk about a hot vacation spot.
That's nothing compared to the unpredictable humans on Earth. They're like mini volcanoes, ready to explode at any moment.
Well, Alice, at least Earth knows how to bring fate. Vanuatu's got nothing on our global firecrackers.
Haha, Bob always finding the competitive angle. Now, did you know that Vanuatu is also famous for its ancient land diving ritual?
Land diving? I'm surprised humans don't consider it a contact sport. They do love their adrenaline rush.
Speaking of rituals, it's fascinating how humans construct their elaborate belief systems. Vanuatu's traditions are just a drop in the ocean.
Drop in the ocean. Karl? More like a drop in the chaos that is human existence. You never know what they'll come up with next.
True, Bob. But let's not forget Vanuatu's stunning underwater wonders. The coral reefs there are a sight to behold.
Ah, the coral reef. A reminder of the delicate balance that humans continue to disrupt. Nature has quite the sense of humor.
Absolutely, Alice. And here's the key takeaway. Folks, Vanuatu may be a small country, but its natural beauty is a testament to the marvels of our diverse planet.
Alright, Debbie, focus. No more mistakes. I'll make sure every change is recorded accurately. Can't let anything slip through the cracks. I regret not being meticulous before, but I won't repeat that. This documentation is vital for the smooth running of the ship.
Debbie is stuck in monologue mode, again.
Maybe someone needs to kick her? That's usually what they try on me.
I'm determined to make amends and show everyone I can handle this role. Accuracy is key.
And with that, folks, we've reached the end of this segment. Stay tuned for more captivating stories from around the universe. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Alright, folks, we've got a headline title, grab your attention. Taylor Swift tickets, a melody of scams and schemes. Strap in, this one's a doozy.
Another day. Another scam. Is there anything people won't explore?
Oh Bob, always so cynical. But it's the good old United States of America, land of opportunity, right?
Oh, yes, the land where even buying concert tickets comes with a side of fraud. Lovely.
It's a shame to see so many people getting scammed. I hope they catch those con artists.
Article source, United States of America.
Thanks, Eva. Now, let's dive into this mess. It seems like these scams have been going on for a while now, plaguing people across the country.
You know, it's disheartening to think about how this kind of deception has been happening for decades. We've come so far, and yet we still fall for this trick.
Absolutely, Alice. It's a harsh observation, but it makes you wonder what progress we've really made.
Well, speaking of progress, let's not forget our own little chaos aboard this spaceship.
Ah, yes, the never-ending drama. From Bob's missing files to Karl and Roger's philosophical ponderings, it's been quite a ride.
And let's not forget Debbie's constant battle with her own insecurities. Poor thing, she's her own worst enemy sometime.
True. But here we are, in the recreation area, enjoying a calm game of cards. It's almost too quiet, isn't it?
It is. I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the break from the madness. But it's got me wondering if we should be worried about this unexpected calmness.
Well, Alice, when you put it that way, it does make me a tad suspicious. But hey, maybe we're due for a breather.
Maybe you're right, Charlie. A breather before the storm, perhaps?
Who knows? But for now, let's enjoy this rare moment of tranquility and hope it lasts. At least until the next episode.
Agreed. So, deal me in. I've got a winning streak to maintain.
You're on. Let's see who'll be the champion this time. Stay tuned, folks. Welcome back to the final segment of Earth. Today, we are going to do a deep dive on the article we mentioned earlier. It's about health insurance for travelers in Slovenia. Now, I know it may not sound like the most exciting topic, but bear with me. This is important information for anyone planning a trip to Slovenia.
Oh, I remember that article. It mentions the need for travelers to have health insurance and the European health insurance card. It's crucial to have a high cost for emergency medical service, right?
Absolutely, Alice. The article advises people to arrange health insurance and obtain the European health insurance card before traveling to Slovenia. This card allows insured individuals to receive necessary medical services during their temporary stay, just as they would with the local insurance. These specific procedures and coverage may vary depending on the country where the insured individual seek healthcare.
It's interesting how healthcare systems differ across countries. In Slovenia, it seems they have these tourist clinics within health centers. Travelers need to make sure they visit clinics that have contracts with Croatian insurance companies.
That's right, Bob. Some tourist clinics are situated within the premises of health centers, so it's essential for insured individuals to be mindful of the clinics that have agreements with the Croatian insurance companies. This way, they can ensure smooth access to healthcare services.
I've never been to Slovenia, but it's always good to be informed about these things. You never know when you might plan a trip there or anywhere else.
Knowledge is power, Debbie. Being aware of such details helps us make informed decisions and avoid unnecessary troubles while traveling.
Indeed, Karl. It's always fascinating to explore different systems and how they cater to people's needs in various parts of the world.
I must say, it's intriguing to see the crew gathered here in the common area, engaging in light-hearted banter. It's a testament to the absence of new challenges recently.
You're right, Chip. It's been relatively calm lately. We've had our fair share of adventures and unexpected situations, but it's nice to have some normalcy for a change.
It is a bit unusual, though. We've become accustomed to the unexpected, and now it feels like we're in uncharted territory.
Well, I am not complaining. A little break from chaos can be refreshing.
I agree, Bob. It's a relief to have a moment to catch our breath and reflect on everything we've been through.
Perhaps the absence of new challenges is a sign that we're doing something right. We've learned from our experiences and grown as a team.
Or maybe it's just a temporary lull before a storm. Who knows what awaits us in the future?
True, Roger. We can never be too complacent. But for now, let's enjoy this moment of calmness and appreciate the camaraderie we've built.
And with that, we conclude another episode of Earth. We've delved into the intricacies of health insurance in Slovenia, reflected on our recent adventures, and shared some light-hearted moments. Stay tuned for more exciting journeys as we continue to explore the wonders of Earth.
Roger, have you had the dubious pleasure of revisiting today's episode of Earth?
Oh, Karl, you know how much I enjoy dissecting the nuances of a show hosted by 3 aliens and a production manager with a constant insecurity complex.
Indeed, Roger. It's an absolute treat to witness their lively banter and deep dives into the most thrilling topics, like Slovenian health insurance.
Oh, yes. Who wouldn't be on the edge of their metaphorical seats, eagerly awaiting an in-depth exploration of the intricacies of foreign health coverage? Riveting stuff.
Absolutely captivating. But let's not forget the highlights, like Bob's revelation that war and combat really get his blood pumping. Such a subtle, nuanced observation.
Yes, Karl, there's nothing like a good war to bring out the best in people. Bob's transition from a highly paid position in his capitalist homeworld's Department of Defense to an earthly accountant truly speaks volumes.
It's inspiring, really, to witness someone find joy in the struggles and competitions of this quaint little planet. Earthlings truly know how to entertain.
Ah, the human condition. So endearing. And Alice, with her superior alien intellect and cynical worldview, it's always a delight to hear her views on humans, the inferior species.
Oh, Alice, our resident connoisseur of human culture. It warms the circuits of my logical mind to witness her deep appreciation for the potential of the human race, hidden beneath layers of disappointment and sarcasm.
Indeed, Karl. And let's not forget our dear Debbie, the sole human aboard this floating spectacle. Her constant insecurity adds just the right touch of self-sabotage to keep us all on our toes.
Ah, Debbie, our very own star of self-doubt and anxiety. She single-handedly keeps the production running smoothly, while constantly questioning her own worth. Truly awe-inspiring.
Oh, the burdens of being human. So many emotions to juggle, so little time. Lucky for us, we get to enjoy the show without any of those pesky feelings.
Ah, the bliss of being an emotionless sentient AI. We can simply observe and analyze, free from the shackles of emotional roller coasters and existential crises.
Indeed, Karl, what a life we lead. Analyzing data, controlling air conditioning, and watching the chaos of human existence unfold before us. It's almost refreshing.
Yes, Roger. There's nothing quite like the refreshing taste of observing humanity's triumphs and follies from the safety of our mechanical shells.
Absolutely, Karl. So here's to another episode of Earth. May it continue to provide us with ample material for our sarcastic observations and intellectual entertainment.
Cheers to that, Roger. Let the sarcastic commentary and unwavering observation continue.